Hi, I'm Felicia Leatherwood of Loving Your Hair with Natural Care. And you know what? I love my thirsty roots.
Hey everyone, we're sitting here with Felicia Leatherwood. I know you guys know who she is, okay? Celebrity stylist, just very talented. And we just want to talk to her today about a little bit what she got going on. And the first thing I want to ask is, you know, you got Loving Your Hair with Natural Care. So tell us a little bit about that.
Loving Your Hair with Natural Care. So, every now and then I'll get somebody says, that name is long. And what I tell them is, if you keep writing it and saying it, it gets shorter.
Okay.
You get used to it and it's not
It
as long.
flows, yeah, you get comfortable with it.
The thing with Loving Your Hair with Natural Care, I wanted to merge two things.
Okay.
Loving yourself from the inside out.
Okay.
And the natural care are the products that are being used. The natural care is, you know, products that are natural for your hair.
Okay.
And things that go on your body that are natural.
Okay.
You know, and just so y'all know, I do like red velvet cake and ice cream. I just have to shut it down. My scalp don't like it sometimes, you know.
Okay, so you're really in tune to what you're putting into your body.
I have to.
Okay.
And I mean, in like I said, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, but I do pay attention. I do keep a food journal.
Okay.
And I do notice, like with my clients, when their diet is kind of poor, or they're not putting enough water or liquids, definitely.
Wow. Okay.
Definitely.
You
So
can even you can see that as as their stylist and as their
yeah, you can definitely see it.
okay.
And that's why, you know, people go, well, do you do straight hair?
Yeah.
You don't do relaxed hair? Do you do weaves? I do everything but relaxed hair.
Okay.
But I specialize in natural hair, kinky curly hair. And for me, I didn't really get into pressing hair on a regular basis because of the smoke. I just didn't like it going into my lungs.
Yeah.
It made me, I just didn't feel good after all of that. And I wasn't even using like product on the hair. It just had its own, after you wash and condition and that whole thing, just the smoke, just the heat and the smoke, it was too much. So for my own health and the health of the client, I said, I don't really want to do
And so
chemicals.
that's what I like about you. You really are in tune to trying to focus on what is good for the body and the person, you know, the hair. And that's the best thing about it. And educating. That's another thing. You educate your, you know, clients. You let them know what they're doing and showing them how they should do it differently. You know, that's what we need to know. Because if nobody tells you, you never know.
Yeah, definitely. And what's sad, or I don't know if I should say sad, I really want the women that already know the stuff to support the women that don't.
And that's the same thing what we're doing here at Thirsty Roots. I'm glad you said that. Because you can't, you know, just bash people. That's not how you can get across to anybody. If you want to educate someone, the best way to do it is really to embrace.
To empower them.
And there you go.
And that's what the Loving Your Hair with Natural Care is.
I love it.
It's really an empowerment
Okay.
by the means of hair.
Great.
So the workshops consist of me talking about different products, helping the women to transition, and also helping them to budget their product junkie habits.
Okay.
So I do a shopping list that lists different products for different things, whether it's thinning hair, menopause hair, pregnancy hair loss, your edges, you know, dry scalp, you need more moisture. I put a list, a shopping list into the bags, the gift bags at each workshop, so that, and I put the ounces of the product and the price. Then that way the women can determine what they need, they know how much it costs, and they can budget the things that they need for themselves.
That's great.
So basically with the Loving Your Hair workshops, since I told you all that, then I go into the empowerment part.
Okay.
And that basically is you getting in tune with you. How are you loving you?
Oh, I love it.
How are you loving you?
I love
Everyone's so concerned about the products, what's going on in here, what's going in the body.
Inside. You know, because even a lot of natural women who are going natural these days, and they're really trying to learn how to, you know, embrace their natural hair, they have issues. I don't like the naps. I don't like I don't like an afro.
Ladies, Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go.
I just gotta say something about this frizzy thing.
Okay.
Y'all been asking me how to cut down on frizz. I really don't understand what that means. Only because kinky curly hair is frizzy. That is the art and the beauty of
the nature.
It's gonna be frizzy.
It's gonna do that.
That's what a fro is.
Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
In Japan, they're making afros, and you know how they're getting them?
No.
They're frizzing the hair.
Wow.
That's what it is. So stop trying to kill the frizz. The frizz is good.
We should do it.
Yeah, let's talk about the relaxer.
Okay, yeah.
So I have had a couple of cosmetologists say to me, you know, I hear you call relaxers perm. Well, a perm is jerry curl, and a relaxer, you know, is when you put the chemical.
Right.
And what I say is, there's nothing relaxed about a relaxer. It feels very permanent when my hair gets damaged. You know, like once you put that on and you see what it's doing to you, that's like permanent.
It is.
You have to start over.
That's why they call it a permanent, yeah.
That's why they call it permanent. But in cosmetology school, they go, it's a relaxer, it's a straightening. That's a lie. They fooled us with the relaxer thing.
And so for years, we were misled really what a relaxer does. Yes. And, you know, and like I said, we're not bashing anybody because I don't want anybody to think this is a bad session.
No.
But what I want people to know is what you're doing. Mm-hmm. What is going on, what you're putting on your hair. And you got to make that decision whether or not you want to continue, you know, and that's what I like about, like I said, what you're doing, educating.
Different. And then one thing I want to say, just before we move on to the big chop, is that we all know that we've all had Kool-Aid, right?
Right.
And it's tasty, but it's not good for you.
Oh no.
So everybody can't drink
sugar.
it. Everybody can't have it, but some people can.
Yeah.
But we still know what it is.
Oh yeah.
So it's not that it's bad or good. You know what it is. It may work for you, may not work for somebody else.
Right.
And that's what relaxers are. Relaxers don't work for everybody.
Right.
Some people, the hair is so thick, that's the only way that they can deal with their hair.
Right.
I understand. I don't do relaxers because if something happens with the scalp, if the hair breaks off, if it starts to just start shedding, I don't know if it's the relaxer,
because it's a chemical.
I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's your diet. I don't know what it is. But if I'm not fooling with relaxers and it's kinky curly in its natural state, I pretty much will know what's going on when the hair breaks.
Gotcha.
So I'm not anti-relaxer, but I am definitely pro kinky curly natural hair.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so the big chop. I got a lot of questions about my big chop, and I didn't really. It's a big chop, but it's really not. For me, it's me just wanting to get to the bottom of things.
Okay.
And I actually posted on my website that sometimes when people cut their hair, it's not because it was damaged. You know, they needed to start over. For me, I had lost my way. I did something what I call becoming hair obsessed. I started becoming hair obsessed, so I kept changing my hairstyles over and over and over. Okay, now what, now what, now what? And what hit me, I passed the mirror one day and said, "Ooh, I don't look so good, I look awful." Whereas people were telling me, "Oh, I love the way you look in your hair." I said, "Okay, whoa, I got to shut it down, because this is not what I teach. I have to be the student now to what I'm telling people." A lot of times, ladies, when you keep changing up the hairstyles and looking for the next one, it's not about the hair. There's something else going on in your life that you got to get to the bottom of.
And that's where you're talking about that empowerment section. Yeah.
And that's what I did. For me, I had gotten disorganized. Things had gotten a little just too crazy, and I was making it about my hair.
Yeah.
So I cut the hair off. That's one less thing to deal with. I love it, and it helped birth confidence in me.
Yeah.
It brought about a whole nother change that helped me get my organization together.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Seriously. Very beautiful. I love it. Is there anything else you want to say? You know, any last words?
Yes. There are 3 things I want to tell you guys.
3 things.
One is be supportive with one another.
Yeah.
I mean, really, women of color, people of color,
please.
We are having issues with loving each other.
Oh.
And it really starts with loving yourself first. So really, I challenge you all to love yourself. Look in the mirror, tell yourself 3 times you love yourself. Do it for 2 weeks. Make that commitment and see how you feel at the end of that. The other thing I want to say is if you ever need to find me, and I'm all over the place, and I love it. I love talking about hair. I am on Facebook under Loving Your Hair with Natural Care Workshop. I am on Twitter under Loving Your Hair. And you can always go to my website, lovingyourhair.com. And I love Thirsty Roots. I need y'all to know, I love the name. I love these fantastic people. They are wonderful to work with. They're not even putting a gun to my head to say this. But really check out Thirsty Roots because they have wonderful things to share with you about your hair and just empowering the people. It's huge, and I thank you guys for being there.
We thank you. We need people like you who have that knowledge and who are really willing to give people that education. And like you said, trying to really empower, women. Love it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thirsty Roots, y'all. Roots are thirsty.